All right, wait for it, wait for it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now approaching the NFL season week 5 of 2025. And I'm coming to you live to give y'all information here on the show, on the channel. You already know what it is, you know how to do. This is Page Matter 21 underscore fit. Hit me up below because you already know what A bar is. Comment, subscribe, like, slide new is, you know what it is, you know how we do. Woo! Man, I used to do this a lot, and it's time to get back into it. So bear with me as I get my setup prepared. Um, let's go ahead and get this thing started, shall we? Right. Um, of course, we're on DraftKings. I'm going to this video is going to just be a little bit more personable. It's not going to be as in depth. I'm going to probably do a screen mirror in the middle towards of the week, but yeah, let's get into it. I want to talk about obviously GPP plays of the week and what I'm looking at. What do I feel? Um, so let's go. I'm on DraftKings right now. I'm gonna take a couple of seconds. I'm gonna actually turn this light off behind me. It's a little bootleg, so that way you guys can log in on DraftKings. Again, this is a GPP lineup, and we're gonna go through. I'm gonna give you probably my top 5 plays of each position. I'm going to give you my second best play in each position, probably or 4 picks, and then we'll come back as we always do in the past. For those of you who don't know, I have been playing GPP for a lot of years. Ever since the sports book had been dropped, I haven't been playing daily DFS sports as often, but I feel like everybody's now trending towards the sports books. And I had a very down year last year when it came to making bets. I was not successful at all. I'll be honest. I took a big beating down on those sports books, man. And I'm the type of guy, and I've always been like this in life, right? I go against the grain. I'll go against the trend because when things are very trendy, you don't really get as great of results as you should. And so I think now with everybody, all the states opening up across the country, getting these sports books done because they bring in revenue. DFS has kind of gotten under the books, and quite frankly, for those of you who have been following me for so many years, and obviously y'all know my boy back home in VA, we were cashing on lineups all the time. Uh, they paid for my vacations, and damn it, I need a vacation. So, without further ado, let me get this light started. Let me get this thing going. Give me one moment. Get you some lighting here. All right, got my chair straight. All right, so bear with me. Y'all guys logged in? You plugged in right now? All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Again, I'm going to. Sorry, I need to try to get this thing going here. Let's go to contest. Need to go to lobby. All right. NFL Classic Thursday, Monday. No, we're not doing that. Go to NFL. All right, here we go. $1 Million Classic. And we're going to draft a team. All right, so we're going to start at the most important position on the slate, as y'all know, is quarterback. Um, you know what? We need to do a drafting book too, as well. We need to get um, some slate action here so that we can talk real serious business. Man, I've been doing so much like commentary about life and relationships and stuff, man. I done forgot how to do sports. I feel like not nervous, but I just feel a little off. All right, let me stop talking because I'm sure I know y'all wanna Yeah, I want to get this information. So, sorry, I'm trying to pull up the NFL website, man. My damn iPad over here is being weird. Come on now, what we got? And of course, I go to NFL website, and it doesn't even have the spreads. Godly, man. All right. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I could have been more prepared for this. All right. Do we got some tickets? There we go. All right. So let's go to the Sunday slate. 12 o'clock. Let's just do a rundown. We got Bengals going against the Browns. We have Dolphins going against the Colts. Raiders going against the Patriots. Cardinals are going into New Orleans. We have Steelers going to New York. No, excuse me, New Jersey to the Jets. We have Giants going into the Commanders. Panthers going to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. My beloved Titans, who I'm not gonna lie to you guys, as an 8.5 underdog, I'm gonna take them. Going against Denver Broncos in Denver. 49ers going against the Seahawks, going to Seattle. 11 man on the field. 12th man, sorry. Lions and Packers, which I think is going to be the second highest owned slate game of, or possibly the highest owned slate game of the slate, with a 2.5 spread right now for Green Bay, which I think is atrocious. And then finally, we're going to close out the slate with the Texans going against the Rams. All right, so let's go back to DraftKings. We're going to start off at a quarterback, and this is there's always some mispricing when it comes to obviously your quarterbacks, right? I have seen three misprices off the top of my head. I said, "Oh, that's how much these guys paying? No, that's what their salaries are. No, we are going to cash." All right, so here we go. We want everybody, for GPP purposes, to go always for the higher salary quarterbacks, because that's what people are going to do, right? Everybody is going to go for the big names as well. But what you want to do is you want to go for a quarterback that is comparable, right? That's going to keep, you're looking at a spread. The spread's going to be close, okay? And you want a quarterback, in my opinion, who's a dual threat, all right? So there are some guys on here. I don't want to give away my secrets, but I am going to be giving you two of my plays for sure. And one has risen on the radar lately. All right. And the first person that I'm going to go with, and I actually have been drafting in my leagues, is Trevor Lawrence at $5,300. Now, let me tell you why. Trevor Lawrence has had letdown seasons. I know he's supposed to come in the number one overall pick, hasn't panned out, hasn't really shown much development. But to defend him, he has had terrible drops from his wide receivers, i.e., Calvin Ridley, who's on the Titans right now, right? Look at Brian Thomas Jr., okay? Christian Kirk couldn't really stay healthy. And then his backfield is atrocious. And I think because of that, they're actually going to rely on Trevor Lawrence's wheels a lot more this season. And I don't think Carolina has a great front four that's going to be able to really withstand what Trevor Lawrence is going to give. Okay, so I want to put him in there. And the reason why I want to do that, because I'm going to build this lineup. And I think in um the first game of the season with GPP, you're probably going to want to do a stack. I can't make this shit up. My boy and I, back 3, 4 years ago, it was probably like 4 years ago. I think it was the first year that Tyreek was in Miami. We looked at that game that they played against Baltimore. And if y'all remember, Baltimore had put up, what, 35, 36, 38 points in the first half. And we said, man, we looked at that game. We said, man, I said this game, and we both agreed. I said this game either gonna be a blowout or it's gonna be the highest scoring game on the slate. And we didn't pull the trigger. And for those you remember, man, Lamar went absolute bonkers. And then if you came back with Hill, you came back with Mostert, and you came back with um man, they had somebody else. Maybe it was John Smith or somebody, but if you came back with two pass catchers from Miami, no one was stopping you. So I know everybody's gonna be like, "Well, Carl, you were going Brian Thomas Jr. at 6,800." Well, let's come back to that. What I want to do is I want to get Xavier Leggett with the news of Alan Thielen gone, obviously. Then the rookie that they just drafted, he's hurt. I want to put Xavier Leggett in for $4,200 because they're gonna need to do something. And then what I really want to do on top of that as well is that I want to go and get Chuba Hubbard on top of this at 6,000. Carolina's going to rely on their best offensive weapon, which is him. Okay. Xavier's going to get all the targets. So now we got a little small stack with the Carolina Jacksonville game. Everybody's going to be wondering, well, how much? What's the slate total on that game? Well, let's go look. It's 2.5 to Jacksonville, 46.5, which by far is tied for the first total on the slate. So we're picking a game where everyone, I think, is going to go after that Detroit and Green Bay game. We're getting contrarian by going towards the Jacksonville and Carolina game. So that's just what it is. All right. So let's go back to that. Now, where I want to go is I want to put in some money. I'm gonna be honest, we're gonna get a little chalky. Everybody's gonna go after Jahmyr Gibbs. We gotta get some type of exposure to that Green Bay game. And who is matchup proof in this game period is Jahmyr Gibbs, $7,700. So we're gonna plug him in there. All right. I'll be honest, I think this is the week. This is the week, and I'm gonna tell you why this is the week. Jamar Chase's salary is $8,100. I guarantee you, and you're going to remember this, if Jamar Chase goes off week one, which I think he's going to do, he's going to go off week one. His salary for the majority of the season will be no lower than $8,800. So we got to get that discount right now and get some exposure to Jamar Chase, and we're going to plug him in our lineups. Okay. Now the defense right now, I want to go ahead. The automatic week defense for the first week is going to be my beloved Tennessee Titans. Again, $2,200, lowest salary defense on the squad. Um, I just have this really, really weird, eerie feeling that our defense is going to step up where it went. And it could be just because I'm biased, but I just sincerely think we're going to show up. All right. We need to devote ourselves into tight ends. I want to look. I really like this Warren kid for the Colts. I think he's going to be peppered with a lot of touches. I'm trying to see who is strange at $3,300 for Carolina. Let's go ahead and plug him in. So we're doing essentially like a Carolina Jacksonville slate stack here, right? And then I have the flex and the receiver right now. $600 is what we have remaining in our budget. Do we go ahead and what are we doing? Because we need to get another game in here because I've only got two games if you count the defense. So I want to go and see what other games should we target. We got the Commanders and Giants, which is not a bad game. I'm looking at probably Tracy. All right, we got the Dolphins and Colts, which is 46.5. So who do we have from that game already? We don't have anybody from that game. Does Tariq Hill come out the first week and go to hell off? What's Tariq's man? What is Tariq's salary? Question was $6,700. Yeah, I think we're gonna put that in. Let's plug into Reek Hill because I think he's gonna go off this year. Then at the flex we got $6,500, which can give us Kyron Williams, Drake London. Drake London I think is gonna be one of the top four highest owned um, receivers on the slate. I mean, we can get Alvin Kamara, but I like to do when I do these, I like to leave a little bit of a salary on the table because that's how you're going to be able to differentiate yourself from the top. Um, man, what about Tony Pollard? Because I feel like Titans D running game, that's classic, right? Let's put in Tony Pollard at 5,700. The leads with $800, and it differentiates from a lineup. So we have Trevor Lawrence, Trevor Hubbard, Jameer Gibbs, Xavier Levitt, Jamar Chase, Tariq Hill, Brian Strange, Tony Pollard, Titans defense. I think that for the first one right there, uh, that's going to be a lineup that could potentially go off. Make sure you guys like the stream. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna take a photo of this just because I feel like it. Walk around because I feel like it. Not your favorite artist, but your favorite artist got a song with me, so you act like you still like it. All right. So let's clear that out. Okay, let's go back to QB. And on the other side of that game in Carolina, I wanted to do um again, I'm gonna give y'all two lineups that I feel comfortable with. The fact that Russell Wilson is 5K scares me. I'm not exactly sure why they're only gonna give Russ $5,000. Because what is what we're gonna do? We're gonna put in Malik Neighbors at 7K. He's gonna light it up. And then what you want to do if hey listen, this game is supposed to be high scoring. What's the total in this game? 44 and a half. It'll probably be the third highest game slate that we have. Terry McLaurin really hasn't been getting reps. So I want to put in Austin Eckler. I think Eckler is going to play a big part in this game. I know everybody's going to be like, well, Carl, Eckler freaking fumbles. Yeah, but that's not my problem. Bro, for his price, and I'm looking right now, Austin Eckler is $4,800. And remember, like he's removed 3 or 4 seasons ago from really winning people leagues. So we're gonna stack at there. All right. Again, I want Jameer Gibbs. Well, let's go to Titans D. See how that's gonna give us the money. $2,200. That's $6,200 right there. All right. Um. Hmm. Again, I want Chuba Hubbard, 6,200. Tight end. Right. Let's go to tight ends. That's where we're gonna pay down. Tight ends. We're gonna pay down. Yeah, I'm not paying for Browers. I'm not playing for McBride, George Kittle. No. Kyle Pitts is a sneaky one too as well. And then let's see. Hmm. Fire move for Pittsburgh. I think he will connect with Aaron Rodgers. So now we got $7,200. Okay. So we've got some dough coming in here. Um, I want to get a little bit of exposure to that Miami and Indianapolis game. If I want to differentiate myself, Colts, you want to put in probably Jonathan Taylor, SDZ 100 there. And then I got two receivers with $7,500 each. Again, think this is the week you pay up for Jamar Chase. You go ahead and do your business. And then after that, you can kind of flur around with your lineups. Like you can look at Devontae Adams for 6,100. Okay. Shit. Uh, Mike Evans scared me now because Chris Godwin Jr. is apparently questionable. You got Marvin Harrison too. And I think if there's gonna be a coming out party, Marvin Harrison is gonna prove to everybody like, hey, last year was a fluke, right? This is the week you come out. So we plug him in, $1,400 left on the table. Again, um, we are in business. All right, so I just built y'all two lineups. And again, this is just the week one preview. As y'all know, I like to do a deep dive. Normally Saturday nights is where I make my final cuts, my final predictions. For those of you who've been following me over years, we do not make adjustments on Sunday. Saturday night leading into Sunday morning, like I'm talking about like midnight, 1, 2 a.m. That's generally when I do all my research and stop, and then that's it. I don't think anything of it after that, unless obviously there's some injury changes there. Um, we'll do a quick recap and then a preview Monday night, and then Thursday night I'll always do a midweek dive in, and then Saturday night is gonna be our final. So going to build this channel, little rugged, little strength, but hey, it is what it is. Make sure your guys comment, subscribe, like, Slam Diaz. You know what it is. It's your boy Page Miles 21 underscore fit. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Out.